something really crucial and important that has been brewing up over the last couple of days. Cauvery water, the Cauvery river basin, and the water it holds. There's a lot of problem, lot of turmoil in terms of how it is being shared, and it's not something new. The same happened with Mekedatu water project also. And this time around with the Cauvery river management, you've got Tamil Nadu that is going on against, with its loggerhead against the Karnataka government. Karnataka has more share of the water. Karnataka government wants to give only 3,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu, when Tamil Nadu is asking for 24,000 cusecs of water.
And
in the meantime, there is a river management authority that is saying that, okay, you guys keep on fighting, but in the meantime, Karnataka, please give Tamil Nadu 5,000 cusecs. Karnataka says, we can't give you more than 3,000 cusecs. Tamil Nadu is saying, what are you saying 3,000 cusecs? We're asking for 24,000 cusecs. And amid all of this, because Karnataka wants its water for its own farmers, Tamil Nadu says we want water to help our people who are living in the basin area. The Karnataka farmers have held an all-night protest. We've got visuals of that as well. And they're creating the right kind of pressure on the Karnataka government, which essentially means that it's not going to be easy for the Siddaramaiah government.
Cauvery has never been easy for any of the government who has been. That's why most of these governments actually prefer very good monsoon, because they don't want to face the Cauvery issue. Over here, as we can see, the sit-in protests that are happening, especially these sit-in protests are happening only in one place. They are all happening in the Cauvery basin area. That is where majority of the farmers and the farming land is when it comes to the Cauvery river in Karnataka's place. So in the Cauvery basin area, we are seeing a large number of people who are trying to in fact ensure that they are not shortchanged. And there's a reason for this, Kabir. And the reason for this is very simple. None of the reservoirs are meeting the demand at all, because the inflow has been very poor because of rain deficit in catchment areas. Now, that is the catch in all this. Most of these dams are built in catchment areas, and when you have rain deficiency in catchment areas, there is no inflow to these reservoirs. And because there's no inflow to these reservoirs, there's no water to in fact share. Now, the catch on the other side is that, there's an increased acreage of farming in the Cauvery Delta area in Tamil Nadu, because of which standing crops require that kind of money, water, and therefore they've been asking that it should be 24,000 cusecs. Now, Karnataka is saying something interesting. It says that there needs to be a distress formula when it comes to sharing of waters. This year, when we don't have the kind of water that we require, especially during a deficit season, they have to in fact listen to what their own farmers are saying, and they can give only 3,000 cusecs. So that is the level at which the Cauvery dispute is going on. Also interestingly, the whole of Bengaluru city is dependent on Cauvery water. So water has to be pumped into the city as well. It has to meet the agricultural demands, and at the same time, the reservoirs and the catchment areas, there is no water at all. So, and it's not the deficit rainfall is not only being recorded in Karnataka, it's also being recorded in Tamil Nadu as well. So it's only during these, what I would say, during these parched times that you actually find this dispute coming up every again. When there is copious rain and, when there is a good monsoon and near to normal
all the
rainfall.
protesters, Varghese, they're also wearing black bands on their eyes. There are blindfolds that the protesters.
They are a huge pressure group, Kabir. When you look at the Cauvery basin farmers, they can decide which government sits in power in Bengaluru. They can in fact break down governments as well. They are a huge pressure group. They have a history of bringing governments down if you don't listen to it. And they have been the forefront of agitation when it comes to the Cauvery basin farmers. They have been in the forefront of it. Some of them have even taken the extreme step of in fact jumping onto the reservoirs, into the river, and committing suicide, saying they won't let the water flow. So that's why I said no government wants a bad monsoon in Karnataka, because that means they have to face the Cauvery river dispute. And many a times what happens is that Bengaluru, Chennai, that highway tends to become the focus point of that tension. You see blockades happening, you see tires being put up, and the Hosur area, which is Hosur is the next district from which Tamil Nadu starts from Bengaluru's side. That is where the action actually shifts to. And then you have the cinema industry of both Tamil Nadu as well as Karnataka supporting each other's claim on that river. if you ask me, this is a historical problem that has started, because when the British made those assessments with regard to the amount of water that they require and amount of water that the Mysuru kingdom required, they were not looking into the present realities as such. And there has always been experts saying that we must limit the acreage of farming when it comes to the Cauvery area, especially whether it's in the delta area or whether it is in the basin area. But none of the governments have been following it, because it directly tends to affect the voting prospects of both of them, because in the Cauvery Delta area you have farming communities that are vote banks of all the parties, and they too, just like the farming community in the basin area can bring down governments, the farming communities in the Delta region of Cauvery can also bring down governments.
Well, will it bring down the Siddaramaiah government or not? Well, we'll have to wait and find out. And whether the Siddaramaiah government can diplomatically tackle the situation with the MK Stalin government in Tamil Nadu, that is also going to be focused.
And remember,
but it seems like there's a double battle that Siddaramaiah has to fight.
One, he has to look for the state. Secondly, he has to ensure that the DMK and the Congress do not get into a situation from which they cannot wriggle out, because both of them are key pillars of the India alliance.
Oh, okay. That's another tussle to look at.